Summertime Blues, Alan Jackson, 8:10 in the morning, Monday morning, a cool Monday morning. Frank the Tank with you on the Wake the Lakes Morning Show, and I am joined by a special guest, Abraham Benson. He's an independent movie director and a musician as well. Abraham, thanks for joining us on this Monday morning.
Yeah, thank you for having me. How are you, man?
I'm good. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, I appreciate it. I appreciate you saying that of a film director, but it's not really much the case. Like, I'm working on a film, but it's
Gotcha.
not. I'm mainly a musician from the Brainerd area. Initially, I was from Robbinsdale, but I moved to Brainerd approximately 5 years ago at the age of 13. And I've been here ever since, and I've been writing and recording my own music since around 2021, and released my first album 2 years ago, and
Awesome.
4 albums later, I'm working on this film to kind of tie in with my life story and my music.
That's awesome. So the film, so you're not directing it, but you're a part. It's about you, correct?
Well, in a way, I am
Okay.
directing it.
Yeah.
It's just like kind of a one-time thing. But I guess like if this one does well, I guess I could direct and produce more films. But as of now, this is kind of a tie-in with my music, my life story. It's also like kind of a way to support the autistic community and raise awareness of cyberbullying, bullying, harassment, all the the negative stuff,
Of course, yeah.
And
Putting a positive light on negative stuff. That's,
Oh, yeah.
That's huge, Abraham. We're speaking with Abraham Benson. How did you get into music? Has it always been your passion?
in a way, yes. Music is sort of a genetic thing. You know, my mother was a singer growing up, and my grandmother was a singer. My mother's side of the family is very musical, so I guess I kind of grew up with that stuff. They're kind of more country, where I'm more on the rock and roll and rockabilly side of things.
I love that. And how long have you been playing? Are you on your own? Do you play in a band, or is it mostly just you?
In the studio,
Yep.
I do all the instrumentation, vocals, mixing, and everything. So I basically
That's awesome.
do all the work alone and distribute it independently. But on the stage, sometimes I'll have a backing track, or on a special occasion, like in the film, there's going to be a concert, and there will be a band playing behind me.
That's amazing.
I don't think I could give away too much information.
Of course. No, people got to watch the movies still at the end
Absolutely.
of the day. Do you play live as well?
Yes, I do.
Awesome.
And-
how long have you been playing live music for now?
I want to say 4 years now. Yeah, 4
That's
years.
awesome. That is awesome, Abraham.
It started at the local Yasher Kombucha. Initially, it was open mic nights, and it was the first one I ever went to. And since nobody else signed up, I was the only one who turned up, and it just kind of turned into just a show rather than an open mic night.
Now, how did it feel to crack that mic in front of people for the first time? Were you nervous? Were the nerves running high?
I was definitely nervous. I had I had like a $50 just Squire acoustic. It was like a really small one, and I was just sitting in front of my parents and a few people in the audience. It was kind of like out in the front of Yasher Kombucha, because they didn't have the James Cullen room yet.
Right.
And so I was just playing out in the front, and there were some other people there. And even Bruce Archer was there.
That's
And
incredible.
so I didn't even know it at the time. I was just like focused on the music. But I remember after the show, he walked out, give a thumbs up, and then Sean Hoffman, the owner, he literally leaned into me and said, "That was Bruce Archer." I'm like, "No kidding."
Wow.
So
Are you happy you found out after the fact?
yeah, it was great. Because I heard of him before, and I listened to like a little bit of his music, and I've seen him around. And every time he and I see each other, we have a bit of conversation. But when it comes to like maybe like local artists, he's definitely one of my influences.
I love it.
I love that the bluegrass type stuff, and that's just the kind of music I sort of grew up on. For example, like Alan Jackson, which you just played,
Yep.
And even more of the rockabilly stuff, like Eddie Cochran, who was actually the guy who originally wrote and sang "Summertime Blues" before Alan Jackson back in 1958. And Brian Setzer, of course, of Stray Cats,
Yep.
and Brian Setzer Orchestra. Elvis Presley, Buddy Holly, and Dexy's Midnight Runners. The Come On Eileen band.
Yeah.
And my
It's
music.
great foot tapping music.
My musical influences, they're all over the place.
Of course.
And so is my genre of music, I guess. In a way, it's hard to explain because I've been told many times in the past my music sounds, country but not country, rock but not rock. It sounds like something, but it isn't at the same time. So it sounds like everything kind of mashed together. And I even said in another interview before that I think I might have accidentally created my own genre.
That's incredible.
And so I don't really know what to call it. I thought of calling it either Benson Rock or Brainerd Rock.
Yeah.
Because I consider Brainerd home than I do where I initially came from, which was the metro area. So maybe just Brainerd Rock, or even it could just be like a fair tie between rockabilly and a little bit of modern indie pop. Again, it's hard to explain. You'd have to actually hear the songs themselves to kind of get an idea of what it is.
And where could people find your songs, Abraham? We're speaking with Abraham Benson. If people want to look you up as they're listening right now, hey, that sounds like my kind of music, where could they listen to your stuff at?
Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes. It's
just Abraham Benson?
Just Abraham Benson on any streaming platform you can think of. And I also sell my albums on physical CD by myself, and then I sell my vinyl records on ElasticSage.com. So you would go to www.elasticsage.com/Abraham. And and I usually I perform around in the area.
Yeah.
And
still do, right?
Yeah, I have a performance at Sure Kombucha on Saturday, December the 6th.
There you go.
Doors will open at 6:30. The show will start at 7, and it'll be a $5 entry fee.
So where it all started, you're still playing?
Yeah, of course. Like, ever since I honestly, Sean is a great guy, and he's been in the business for a while, and so he knows what he is doing. He knows what he talks about, and he's always patient with me, especially during the sound checks, because I can only do so much during a sound check, setting up and vocal checks, guitars, and all that stuff. And especially with the backing tracks, we usually use I have a USB flash drive, and we stick it into the soundboard, and then we select the track that is on the the set list, and then I'll immediately go into it. Like when the track starts playing, so do I, basically.
Right. Now, the movie is, are you still filming for that movie right now?
We actually haven't started filming yet, because
Gotcha.
we only have, $35 in our funding, and we're in need of $10,000.
If someone wants to help you, Abraham, with this filming, how can they help donate some money to you?
You can either send cash or a check to Play and Trade in Brainerd, Minnesota. I can't remember the Play and Trade, the local video game store on, I think, South 10th. It's underneath. It's by the water tower, the newer one. I can't remember the address off the top of my head. But they're actually helping me with the film. The owner, Jesse Huber, is playing drums for me in the film.
The address, 208 South 10th Street in Brainerd.
Yes, thank you. And we're just we're basically coming up with the mostly the ideas of how the film is going to play out. We haven't filmed anything yet, but we do have like a bit of a teaser trailer out, which is just old footage put together.
Where can we find that?
Just on my YouTube page of Abraham Benson Official. It's just like footage of like old live performances, old music videos, stuff that some fans have probably already seen. But
it's awesome seeing someone like you, anybody really, chasing their true passion. It's so fun to see, Abraham.
Yeah.
I appreciate you stopping in today. Anything else that you would like people to know about yourself?
Well, so I was, as I mentioned before, or if I didn't, I have autism, and I was initially born nonverbal autistic, and the doctors had told my mother I would never be able to interact normally. But after going to church one Sunday and after receiving a very spiritual prayer, I literally said my first words for the first time. So a true miracle from the Lord.
Yeah.
And
now you're playing music in front of people.
Yeah, in front of a good, fair amount of people. And
That's awesome, Abraham.
I was gonna say, when I was in Brainerd High School, I graduated recently, thank God. I usually wouldn't talk about this anywhere, let alone live radio.
Yeah.
But when I was in school, I was actually bullied for having autism and for being a Christian, and they also spread absolute heinous rumors about me regarding harming, like illegally harming other people, younger people, without actually having any evidence to back up their claims. But it's still messed up my
Yeah.
reputation
Right.
in the school because nobody would actually ask me my side of things, or most people, like only my actual friends would, like they know me, they know I would never do anything heinous, and so they would defend me and tell the other people off. But back then, I was told never to do anything about it or to tell anybody off because it would only make things worse, basically. And so,
So
this
now you're working against anti-bullying amongst other things.
yeah,
right?
like part
That's
of the
awesome,
like
man.
part of the film, a huge part of the film is kind of getting that out there, basically saying, I'm not a creep, I'm not a groomer, I'm not a sexual predator, I'm not a groomer, I'm just not a just general bad guy,
Right.
because you don't have anything to prove it, and a lot of the people, even some of my friends looked into it. They looked to see if they had any evidence or anything, and there was nothing. And they were still making up these claims. And there was even some people who just said they hated me, and when they were asked why, they would just shrug it off. They were like, I don't know, I just hate him. And I'm like, well, I every time I would talk about that with my family, they would always say, oh, well, it's because you're a local musician, you're doing well, and so they must be jealous. I'm like, well, that probably would make sense.
Right. Well, I mean, you have an incredible story. Remember, speaking with Abraham Benson, and you are working on trying to get a movie started. You play live music all around the surrounding area. So if you want to support Abraham, check out Abraham Benson. You said Spotify, YouTube, and if they, again, one last time before we wrap this up, if they want to spend some money to help you with your filming for what you got going on, how do they do that?
You can send either cash or a check that goes out to Play and Trade, and you can mail it at the new Play and Trade address on South 10th Street. And I have a very important message for those who want to kind of do what I do but have a disability, like me. So this is something I always say to people. My message is, just because you are quote-unquote different, that doesn't mean you can't do the things that you truly love. Whether you got autism, ADHD, Down syndrome, Asperger's, anything, you can literally